Welcome to another video. Had to get out today. It's been a couple of crazy weeks and I just need to get some fresh air, and I've come up to a place called Start Point, which is on the South Devon coast. Been here loads of times before, but I wanted to come down tonight. It's a beautiful evening. You can see from the clips before the nice bit of cloud in the sky, the sun's dropping. It's sunsets around 6 o'clock tonight, but I need to get down here and shoot before that because the sun kind of disappears over the other side of the hill. So I'm going to try and get a side shot all along the coast and include the lighthouse at the end of the headland. So I've got my panoramic film camera tonight, my 6x17, and I'm going to be shooting some Kodak E100 slide film, which I've not used before. I'm a big fan of Velvia, as you probably know if you watch this channel. Used that for years, but I've never actually used Kodak film. I've always been told it's quite a warm film, so we shall see. Now the film I've got is expired. It expired in about 2003, at the same time as my hairline. But you know, I've shot loads and loads of expired film in the past. Does it put me off? Not really. I think as long as it's been kept refrigerated, and obviously when I get it, I put it in the fridge, keep it nice and cool, and only get it out when I'm actually going to use it. So I've never, touched wood, never had a problem with expired film up to now. So hopefully tonight will be an exception. So yeah, I'm going to get down, get myself set up, and see if I can frame something up before this light disappears. As if by magic, the wind's dropped, thankfully. And most times I come up here, it's really windy. But because it's coming from the east, which is probably why it's so cold, it's not down here, which is good. Whether it'll be down where I'm going to set up is another thing, but so far, so good. Film's loaded. Sometimes, well most of the time, I don't load the film until I get into the location and decide what I'm going to shoot. But tonight, it's not a rush, but I wanted to get it all loaded up and ready before I got down here. So as you can see, the light's already disappeared on this part of the cliff here. But it's the headland bit that I'm more interested in. It might just be cloud cover. I think the sun's dipped in behind clouds, so it's not too bad. Yes, I think the sun's dipped behind a cloud, which is why it's gone into shadow there. So it's not too bad. I'm just hoping the wind doesn't pick up when I get down there. It's high tide tonight as well, which is good. Now I'm toying with the idea of shooting with my 135mm lens rather than 90. The 90 is great because it's nice and wide, but it depends on the foreground down here tonight. And also in my previous video, I'll put a link up to that now, I was having some problems with the 90mm with a sticky shutter. Now it tends to happen when it's quite cold. It's cold tonight, it's not as bad as it was that night, but I've given it a test and it seems to be fine, but to throw caution to the wind, I might just try the 135 tonight. I need to get the 90mm serviced or buy a new 90mm. Well, a couple of bits of good news. One, there's no wind down here, which is absolutely great. And two, the sun is plenty of space. So it's turned into from a rush job to a non-rush job, which is fantastic. So I'm going to get set up, got a nice position here. The tide, I think the tide has peaked and it's going back out again now, judging by the tide line on the beachy bit here beside me. So like I say, there's not a major rush now. And I think I'm going to use my 90mm. We shall see. It just suits that bit wider shot. The 135 is great, but it's not wide enough really. And I'm hoping my position here, I'm going to get some nice light on these side cliffs as well. Film's loaded, put that in my bag, out of the way. It's beautiful this evening. You can hear the sea rushing around on my feet. Right, do you know what? I think I'm going to swap to the 135, and the reason being is my shadow is literally just creeping into the bottom of the frame, which is a bit of a pain, but I'm going to swap the lenses out. Should enable me to zoom past a bit, and to be honest, this foreground is a bit too much with the 90, so I think with the 135 it might actually give me a better perspective. Right, it's got the 135mm on. Another benefit of using this lens, I don't have to use a center filter, which is good. Wow, what a difference. Fantastic. Basically crop my shadow, and it's given me a much better composition as well. It's going to crop past this foreground rocks, so it looks much better. Okay, we're all good. Focused up. So my aim is, I want to try and do a little bit of long exposure here. So it's a 100 speed film, the E100. Obviously it says, the name explains it. I'm going to possibly use a 6-stop ND. I don't want to blur it too much, but I just want to get a little bit of motion. But there's some lovely cloud detail up in the sky as well, and I don't want to sort of blur that too much. So a 6-stop might be okay. So I'm shooting at f32. Film's loaded. Take some meter readings in a minute. Sure, double check everything. Now I'm going to take a meter reading off the headland. F32, it's giving me a 15th of a second at the moment, which is quite a short exposure time. I want it a little bit longer than that ideally. I've got no filters on at the moment. I'm also going to take a meter reading off the lighthouse itself. Now, with the spot meter function on my meter, I can literally get a spot reading off just the lighthouse itself. So that is 2 stops brighter than my base reading. So let's go back to the base reading, which was a 15th of a second. Now, 6-stop filter, that will give me 15th, 8th, quarter, half, 1, 2, 4 seconds, which is more than enough, I think. So I think that's what I'm going to opt for. I'm not going to bother with the polarizer because the sun's behind me. It's not going to really make that much difference. So I think just a 6-stop filter. Might try one without, and then try one with, and I can hopefully post up both results then and see what you think. So I've got a step-up ring on this 135mm lens. I'm using case filters. So I've got their magnetic filter ring now, which is on there. Now I can attach my K9 holder. So I'm basically ready to go then. So the light's pretty constant at the moment, so My base reading hasn't changed, 15th of a second. Now with slide film, I like to slightly underexpose it sometimes, give it a bit more depth in colour, a bit more saturation. Be interesting to know how saturated this film is compared to Velvia.
Now both these rolls, when I got them back from the developers, were lacking a bit of contrast, which isn't surprising because of the age of the films, but just a quick sort of tweak in post-processing sorted that out. In terms of this picture, it's nothing to write home about. It's nice, lighting's nice, but not really sort of what I expected.
As you can see by my face, the sun is blaring through here at the moment, which is great. It means it's going to drop pretty much directly behind me, which is directly in line with the lighthouse, which is great. It means I haven't got to rush. And it's, what time is it now? Let's check my watch. It's about 5 o'clock and the sun sets at 6. So I might actually wait a bit now. I've just taken one shot at 1/8 of a second, which should give me a nice bit of motion as it is, kind of freeze the motion. And then I might wait a little bit longer, wait for the light levels to drop a bit more, then I won't have to use such a strong filter then, like an ND filter. But yeah, it's good. It's nice to be out, and I can't believe it's not windy. It's absolutely gorgeous tonight. Beautiful. So I've changed my filter over to a 3-stop ND now. There's the lights dropping behind me. Let's take another meter off the headland. Just doing a couple of spot readings just to see if there's much difference between the foreground and the background. It's 1/4, yeah, it's about 2 seconds I think. 2 seconds should do it. Just waiting for the sun's just dip behind a bit of cloud at the moment. It's nice because it's lit the foreground here. Some of the side rocks are lit, and obviously the main focal point, which is the headland where the lighthouse is lit. But it's also lit the clouds up above. Some nice sort of cloud detail there, which is great. I did wonder whether I would have any clouds tonight, but it's looking quite nice. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes, just to see if the light intensity changes.
So again, with a minimal contrast adjustment in post-processing, this was much more what I had in mind. Slightly longer exposure. It's given it a bit more sort of an ethereal look to it. It's definitely improved the picture.
Always make an escape plan when you're shooting on the coast. As you can see, I'm stood on these rocks here. The tide is actually still coming in. It's I think it's 6 o'clock is the high tide time, which is what I thought originally. But yeah, my escape route is up there, so we should be safe tonight. Like I say, it's not too bad. I'm getting splashed quite a bit here because down behind me here there's a little gully, so every now and then I get a big wave comes in and I can feel it, my back soaking wet. I'm rapidly losing the light now. So 1/2, 2 seconds. I'm going to go for a 4-second exposure here for this last frame before the light disappears altogether. Excellent. Okay, one exposed roll of expired film. Let's see if this works.
Now, other than the contrast adjustment, everything else was fine. The colour of the film and I'm amazed with the colours of the film. It's really nice. It's not quite sort of punchy as punchy as Velvia, but it's still very nice colours, very saturated, and picks up some nice sort of warm colours as well. So yeah, overall pretty pleased with this film.
Well, that was quite a good shoot tonight. Lights pretty much dropped now, so had the best of it, I think. Be interested to see if this works. Like I say, if you're wary about buying an expired film, just go for it. You know, it's a gamble, I must admit. But like I say, all these years I've bought expired film many times, and I've never had any problems with film. I might be eating my hat after I get the results back from this roll, but I got this from a guy in Spain, funnily enough. So we shall see if it works. But I'm going to get packed up in a minute before I get cut off by the tide. My escape route is still safe. Well, let me know what you think of the pictures. Always interested in your comments. I'm going to get packed up now, and before the tide cuts me off, get up my escape route and head home. Well, never say never. I was going to end the video back there, but on the walk back, I'll just spin you round. Got this gorgeous light at the moment. The sun's gone down basically, but you've got this lovely blue sort of ethereal glow. So I thought, why not? Had another roll of Kodak E100 slide film, so I've already taken 3 shots. I wanted to try and get this, got 1 frame left. So I'm going to try a slightly longer exposure, again just to blur the water, but I've got quite a long exposure anyway. Shooting at f/22, I'm hoping this kind of light, see what happens with this film, because I haven't used it before. I know Velvia goes really blue, but be interesting to see what happens with this. I'm going to put the camera down and take this last frame. And another roll of exposed film. Well, that was a surprise. Didn't expect to get that tonight. I just couldn't resist. This light is gorgeous. So now I'm going to end the video. Hopefully, like I say, these come out, but we shall see. But that was pretty good. An unexpected end to the shoot tonight, which is always good. This colour is just like unbelievable. Can't describe how good this is, and it's still nice and calm up here. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one, and this is definitely the end of the video now. Please join me on the next one, and I'll see you soon.
Now, annoyingly, this second film had some problems with banding, which I'm not sure whether it was the film or whether it was a processing error. Very annoying, but you know, it's one of those things that you get with expired film. But I must admit, over the years, all the expired films I've had, I've never had any major disasters. It was just a shame that on this particular picture, which was kind of my favourite shot, I had these slight problems.